Very warm welcome to all for this GET coaching class organized by Erode Secondary Engineering College, Tamil Nadu and sponsored by AICT Parana. My name is L. Vidayanand, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering in Erode Secondary Engineering College, Tamil Nadu. I'm, I'm handling the subject power system analysis, and in this session we will see about the per unit quantities. Per unit quantities are very much useful in power system. In mainly the various different voltage level has to be transferred to a single voltage level in the form of per unit per unit. And in power system, most of the impedance, current, voltage, power are expressed in terms of per unit value only. Normally, the power unit per unit definitions are the per unit value of any quantities is defined as the ratio of actual value to its base value. That is, per unit value is equal to actual value divided by base value. Uh, if we want to convert per unit value into percentage, means the percentage of per unit value is equal to actual value by base value into 100. We have to multiply with 100. Impedance diagram. The impedance diagram is the equivalent circuit of a power system in which the various components of a power system are represented by their approximation and simply equivalent circuit, simple equivalent circuit. That is, it's nothing but the single line diagram has to be replaced by a equivalent circuit in form of impedance. That is, for example, in generator, let us see the single line diagram of a generator. This generator has to be replaced by a equivalent circuit in form of impedance. That is, here we have to put a source along with an impedance. Impedance is nothing but it consists of a resistance plus reactance. So resistance and reactance are connected across the source. And second element is a transformer. That transformer is replaced by a another one impedance, because all the elements in the power system consist of an impedance value. So we are converting this single line diagram into a impedance diagram. That is, in the equivalent circuit, we are replacing all the elements in form of impedance. Okay. So same like that reactance diagram, uh, we are changing the same single line diagram in form of reactance. That's all. This is the difference between impedance diagram and the reactance diagram. So in reactance diagram, the main in the reactant diagram, the main thing is that reactant diagram is the simplified equivalent circuit of a power system in which the various components of a power system are replaced by their reactance. That is, this single line diagram is replaced by a reactance equivalent circuit. That's all. Per unit impedance. Per unit impedance, we are going to calculate the per unit impedance of a per unit. For a single phase, first we will see about the single phase supply or single phase system. So let us we know the some basic things, that is kV. KV is nothing but base voltage in kilovolt, and IV, that is, this is all the notation. The these things are the abbreviation. That is KV is nothing but base voltage. IB is base current in ampere. MVAB is nothing but base power in MVA, and ZB is the base impedance in O. So we have to calculate base current. So base current is nothing but, that is, current is nothing but power divided by voltage. From this formula, we will substitute IB is equal to KVA base divided by KVB is nothing but power divided by voltage. We are multiplying 1000 in numerator as well as in denominator. So it's then power become MVA divided by KVB. Okay, then it becomes IV, that is base current. What is the value of base current is nothing but MVA divided by, that is, power in megawatt ampere divided by voltage in kilovolt. Okay, this is taken as equation number 1. Then we have to go to find out ZB. ZB is nothing but impedance. So impedance is equal to, simply we can say that voltage divided by current. So ZB is nothing is equal to KVB divided by IB. That is, KVB is we are uh, multiplying with 1000 for, because ZB is in form of ohm. To have it in kilo ohm, we are multiplying with 1000. We are taking this as equation number 2. Now substitute IV from equation number 1 in equation. In simply, we are going to substitute equation number 1 in equation number 2. That is, IV value is substituted in this equation. That is, from equation number 1, we are going to substitute this value in equation number 2. So now ZB becomes KVB square divided by MVA for single phase. For single phase, ZB value will be KVB square divided by MVA. Okay. We know that ZPU, that is per unit impedance, is nothing but actual impedance divided by base impedance. That is Z actual divided by base. Okay. So we have already calculated the base value. Substitute this base value in this equation. Now we will get Z actual divided by KVB square divided by MVA. We are going to rearrange this equation. Then we will get the final answer as ZPU is equal to Z actual into MVA base divided by KVB square. So this is the per unit impedance for a single phase system. Then base power. Then base power is nothing but SB is equal to voltage into current. We know that power is nothing but voltage into current. So base power we are denoting as SB is equal to determinant of VB into determinant of IB. So we are just then base impedance is nothing but Z is equal to V by I. So ZB is equal to modulus of VB divided by IB. Just substitute. So we are multiplying VB on numerator as well as denominator. So VB in the numerator VB becomes square and divided by in the denominator VB into IB. VB into IB is nothing but SB. So ZB again rearranged into modulus of VB square divided by SB square. Commonly, we can say that modulus of ZB is nothing but voltage divided by power. That is KVB the whole square divided by MVA. This is taken as impedance per unit base value of the impedance value. Next, we will see about the per unit impedance for a three-phase system. For three-phase system, we are going to see some of the notation. That is KVB is equal to line-to-line base voltage. Here we have to think about the three-phase system. Still now we have seen about the single-phase system. So in three-phase system, KVB is equal to nothing but line-to-line base voltage. MVAP is equal to three-phase base voltage in form of MVA. Okay, and IB is equal to line value of a base current in ampere, and ZB is equal to per phase base impedance in ohm. So here also we have to find out a base current. So IB is equal to KVAB divided by root 3 KVB. Here, what is the difference between single phase and three phases? This root 3 has to be implemented in the three phase, whereas in single phase there is no need of root 3. So finally, we will get IB is equal to MVA into 1000 divided by root 3 KVB. We will take this as equation number 1. Then we have to go for impedance value, that is ZB. ZB is nothing but voltage divided by current. Then we want to substitute the voltage value KVB divided by root 3 into 1000 divided by IB. So now we rearrange the equation as KVB divided by root 3 IB into 1000 is taken as equation number 2. Substitute the equation number 1, that is IB value, in this equation number 2. So just replace IB value. Then we will get a final value as ZB is equal to KVB square divided by MVA. So almost base value of the impedance is same in single phase as well as three phase. Next, we see about the change in base value. Okay, to how we are going to change the base value, that can be seen in this session. That is, let us know Z actual is nothing but actual base impedance in ohm. That is Z ACT is nothing but actual base impedance in ohm. ZPU volt is equal to per unit impedance calculated on old base. Z per unit new is equal to per unit impedance calculated on new base. KVB old, KVB new is nothing but old and new base voltage respectively, whereas MVAB old and MVAB new is nothing but old and new base power respectively. We know that Z per unit in volt is nothing but ZPU volt is equal to actual by base, that is Z actual divided by Z base. Now we are substituting the Z base value, that is Z base is nothing but KVB square divided by MVA. Here we are using the old, so we have to mention as old here. So so Z per unit old is equal to Z actual divided by KVB square the old divided by MVAB old. We have to rearrange this equation, then we will get Z actual is equal to Z actual into MVAB old divided by KVB square the old. Uh, Finally, we will answer as Z per unit old is equal to Z actual into MVAB old divided by KVB old is taken as equation number 1. Similarly, Z per ZPU new, still now we find out old, and now we go for new means it's similarly we want to just replace old by new. That is ZPU new is equal to Z actual into MVAB new divided by KVB square new. This is taken as equation number 2. On rearranging equation number 1, we get Z actual equal to, that is we are going to rearrange this equation. Then we will get Z actual. We want to calculate Z actual. Z actual is nothing but Z actual is equal to ZPU old into KVB square B old divided by MVAB old. This taken as equation number 3. Now substitute equation number 3 in equation number 2. Just substitute this equation, actual equation 3 in equation number 2. We have to substitute this value in this area. So then, so we can write it as ZPU new is equal to ZPU old into KVB square old into MVAB new divided by MVAB old into KVB square new. Now we are going to rearrange this equation. This ZPU new equation has to be rearranged. Then finally we get an answer as ZPU new is equal to ZPU old into KVB old divided by KVB new the whole square into MVAB new divided by MVAB old. Take it as equation number 4. This is an impedance diagram. Same value is same expression is for reactance diagram also. Just we have to replace impedance by a reactance similar way. So finally we will get XPU. X is nothing but reactance, whereas Z is impedance. Okay, just we are replacing impedance by a reactance. So Z is replaced by a X value. Then the value will be X per unit new is equal to XPU old into KVB old divided by KVB new the whole square into MVAB new divided by MVAB old. From this we can know that reactance diagram, reactance value is almost equal to the impedance value. Okay. Procedure to form per unit impedance or reactance diagram. Procedure to form per unit how we are going to draw a reactance diagram. There are totally 7 steps that we can see it here. In step number 1, choose a common base KV and base MVA for entire session. For entire session, we have to choose a common base value and a common base MVA. And in step 2, divide the system into various sections. We have to divide this total power system diagram into different sessions based on the voltage level. Okay. In step 3, the base MVA will be remain the same for all the session of the system. Or through the session, the base MVA value should be remain constant. Okay. And in step 4, find out the base KVA for each and every session by using the relation. We have to find out base KVA for all the session. For that, there are 2 types of equations. That is base KVA on LT side divided by base KVA on ST side is equal to voltage rating on LT side divided by voltage rating on the ST side. Base KVA on ST side divided by base KVA on LT side is equal to just reverse. That is voltage rating on ST side divided by voltage rating on the LT side. It's based on the transformer. Okay, how the winding is, where LT is nothing but low tension or low voltage side, whereas ST is nothing but high tension or high voltage side. It only comes under transformer side. In step 5, if the actual value of the components is given, then the per unit value is calculated by. If the actual value of the components value is given, then per unit is to be calculated by using this formula. That is ZPU is equal to Z actual divided by Z base, where Z base is equal to KVB square divided by MVA B. In step 4, if the per unit value of the component should be converted into new base value, we have to convert all the per unit into a new value. For that we have to use the relation ZPU new is equal to ZPU old into KVB old divided by KVB new the whole square into MVAB new divided by MVAB old. We have to, this is a very, very, very important formula. Please remember it. Okay. Next, step 7. Draw the reaction diagram with the new components per unit value. We have to draw the reactance diagram, and we have to mention the new value of the per unit value of the reactance. Okay. So from this 7 step, we can draw the reactance diagram. To draw a reactance diagram or to draw a impedance diagram, we have to follow these 7 steps. So please remember. Okay, let us see some of the problems. Okay, the first problem: a generator has a reactance of 10 ohm. Find the per unit value of impedance for the base value of 11 kilovolt and 5 MVA. So from this, we can say that Z actual value is given, base voltage is given, and base power is given. So we have to first write down the base given data. That is Z actual is equal to 10 ohm. KVB base value is equal to 11 KVB. Base can be represented as B. KVB B is nothing but base, and MVA B is nothing but 5 MVA. These three values are given in the problem. We have to calculate per unit. That is ZPU. We have to calculate. So we go for the formula. ZPU is nothing but ZPU is equal to Z actual divided by Z base. The actual value is given. We have to calculate Z base. To calculate Z base, we know the formula. Z base is equal to KVB square divided by MVA B. So KVB value is 11. So substitute 11 the whole square divided by MVA value is 5. Then substitute 5. Just solve this value. We will get a final value as 24.2 ohm for Z base. That is base impedance value is 24.2 ohm. Now substitute this 24.2 ohm in per unit impedance value. So ZPU is equal to Z actual divided by ZB. Actual value is 10 and calculated base value is 24.2. Just substitute this equation value, and final answer is ZPU is equal to 0.4132 per unit. Next problem: a three-phase generator with a rating 1000 kVA, 33 kV has its armature reactance and synchronous reactance as 20 ohm per phase and 70 ohm per phase respectively. Okay, calculate per unit impedance of the generator. We have to calculate per unit impedance. Okay, given first we have to write the given data. What are the given data? Are KVB is equal to 33 kV, KVAB is equal to 1000 kVA. Okay, we have to convert it to MVA because throughout this session we have to maintain MVA. So to convert MVA, we have to divide it with 1000. Here one small mistake. MVA is equal to 1000 divided by 1000. Then it becomes 1 MVA. So and Z actual, they given the Z actual value, that is armature resistance and synchronous reactance. They have given us 20 ohms and 70 ohm per phase. So that can be written as Z actual is equal to 20 plus J 70 ohm per phase. Okay, these are the four things given in the problem. And from this we have to calculate per unit impedance of a generator. On generator, per unit impedance has to be calculated. So again we go for a formula, that is actually we know that Z per unit is equal to Z actual divided by Z base. Actual is given, that is 20 plus J70. We have to calculate Z base. So Z base is nothing but KVB square divided by MVA. So KVB is 33 kilovolt and MVA is 1 megawatt. Just substitute this in this equation and we will get 1089 ohm. That is Z base value is 1089 ohm. Now substitute this 1089 in per unit impedance then we will get ZPU is equal to 20 plus J70 divided by 1089. Definitely we will get the answer in rectangle form only, because J term is here. So ZPU is equal to 0.0184 plus J 0.064 per unit. If you want, you can convert this is in this rectangle form into polar form. There is no problem on having the answer in rectangle form or polar form. Okay. Next problem. Yeah, three-phase delta to star transformer with the rating of 1000 kVA, 11 kV per 400 volt as its primary and secondary leakage reactance as 12 ohm per phase and 0.05 ohm per phase respectively. Calculate the per unit reactance of a transformer. In this problem, we are going to calculate per unit reactance of a transformer. Last problem, we have calculated per unit impedance of the generator. In this problem, we are going to calculate per unit impedance reactance of the transformer. Okay, that is reactance means in form of X, whereas impedance means we have to denote in form of Z. Okay, here we have to denote in form of X. Okay, fine. The given data is X1 is 12 ohm per phase, X2 is 0.05 ohm per phase. That is, they given us primary and secondary leakage reactance. Reactance is denoted by X. Don't forget, reactance is denoted by X, whereas impedance is denoted by Z. Okay. Okay, so in transformer there are two types of two sides. One is primary side and another is secondary side. We can take a primary sides also secondary side. In so totally two cases we can consider. So first case, the HV rating, that is primary rating, are chosen as base value. We are choosing primary side as base value. So KVP is equal to 11 kV and KVA is equal to 100 kVA. Okay. Definitely we have to convert it to MVA. There is no change at all. Okay, anyway. So trans ratio K is equal to V1 by V2. We know that in transformer, trans ratio K is equal to V1 by V2. So V1 value is 400. That is, we are taking V1 as a primary set. So V1 is equal to 400 and divided by, and V2 is 11. So 11 kV. 11 is nothing but 11,000. So from this we can calculate K value. And we are going to find out MVA. MVA, for to calculate MVA base in KV, here they given 100 only. So here one small mistake, they mentioned 1000. Here we have to mention 100 only. So 100 divided by 1000 MVA is, then it becomes 0.1 MVA. And from this we have to calculate base value. ZB is equal to KVB square divided by MVA. It's a common formula. KVB square divided by MVA. So KVB, so we are considering the primary side. So primary value is 11. So substitute this 11 kV. So 11 square divided by 0.1. Then it becomes 1210, 1000 ohm. The base value of impedance is 1210 ohm. Now the leakage reactance refers to primary. The leakage reaction refers to primary. X01 is equal to, we know the formula, X1 plus X2 divided by K square. So X1 value is given in the given data, that is 12, and X2 value is 0.05, and K value we have calculated already. What is the value of K is 0.0363. 0.0363 the whole square. Here also small mistake, we have to mention square. Okay, for the final answer we will get is 49.82 ohm. 49.82 ohm. Per unit reactance per phase, that is denoted by XPU, is equal to total leakage reactance divided by base reactance. So total leakage reactance is nothing but X01, okay, divided by ZB. X01 value is 49.82 and is ZB value is 1210. 1210. Just substitute calculate with the help of calculator. We will get an answer as 0.04117 ohm. Okay. Okay. Same. In case one, we are considered as the high voltage rating, that is primary rating, are chosen as base value. Whereas in case of case two, low voltage side, that is secondary rating, are chosen as base value. So just we have to reverse the value. That's all. That is KVB is equal to 400 and KVA is equal to 100. KVA is there will be no change at all. Only KVB will change. In primary side, we will consider 11, whereas in secondary side, we have to consider 400. Okay, KVB equal to 400, and then KVBA is equal to 100. So then MVA is equal to 0.1 microfarad. That's a megavolt ampere. Okay. So from this, we have to calculate ZB. What is the value of ZB? Is nothing but KVB square divided by MVA. So KVB is, we have to convert this 400 into KVB. So we have to multiply with 1000. We will get 0.4. So ZB is equal to 0.4 square divided by 0.1. Then the value will be 1.6 ohm. Then we have to calculate leakage reactance referred to primary. In last session, we have calculated the leakage reactance refers to secondary. In this case, we have to calculate leakage reactance refers to primary. So for primary means x02 is equal to x1 dash plus x2. x1 dash is nothing but x1 k square. In here we have to multiply k. Whereas in last case we have to divide it by k. Okay. So here we can say that x1 into k square plus x2. So x1 value is 12 and the k value is 0.0363 the whole square plus k2 value is 0.05. So finally we will get an answer as 0.0659 ohm per phase. Now from this we have to calculate per unit reactance, that is XPU is nothing but total leakage reactance per reactance divided by base reactance, that is X02 divided by Z base. X02 is 0.0659 divided by 1.6. So finally we get XPU is equal to 0.04118 per unit. So from this we can say that in case 1 per unit value is 0.04117 and in case 2 also we will get the same value. So there is no change at all in case 1 or in case 2. Next problem. 50 kilowatt 3-phase Y connect, that star connector load is fed by a 200 kilowatt ampere transformer with voltage rating of 11 kVA bar 400 volt through a feeder. The length of the feeder is 0.5 kilometer and the impedance of the feeder is 0.1 plus j 0.2 ohm per kilometer. If the load power factor is 0.8 lagging, calculate the per unit impedance of a load and the feeder. We have to calculate the per unit impedance of the load and the feeder. In first problem, we have calculated the per unit impedance of a generator. Next problem, we have calculated the per unit impedance of a transformer. In this problem, we are going to calculate per unit impedance of a load and the feeder. Okay. They are given a single line diagram. That's a generator. It consists of a generator and a transformer. That transformer is connected to a load through a transmission line of 0.5 kilometer. Okay, fine. Let us choose the secondary winding rating of a transformer as base. Let us consider secondary side of the transformer is the base value. Okay, there is no change at all. If we consider primary side, there will be no change. Okay, in this problem we are considering the secondary side of the transformer as a base voltage, base value. Okay, that is voltage value of the base is 0.4. That is in the secondary side we are considering as 400 volt. Then KVB is equal to 400 volt. We have to convert that volt into kilovolt. So we have to divide it with 1000. Then the final answer is 0.4 kilovolt. And MVA base is nothing but here they are mentioned in form of KVA. We have to convert into MVA. So we have to divide it with 1000. So 200 divided by 1000, then we will get 0.2 MVA. Okay. ZB. We have to calculate base. We have to calculate base impedance. ZB. We know the formula. KVB square divided by MVB is equal to KVB value is 0.4. So 0.4 square divided by MVA value is 0.2. Then we will get the base impedance value is 0.8 ohm. So we have to calculate load as well as feeder. Okay, first per unit impedance of a feeder. We are going to calculate per unit impedance of a feeder. That is the actual value of the feeder is given in the problem. That is 0.1 plus j 0.2 into 0.5. Is 0.5 is nothing but 0.5 kilometers. We have to multiply with that kilometer also. This is given in the problem itself. So finally we get is that actual value is equal to 0.05 plus j 0.1 ohm per phase. Okay. Now per unit impedance of a fader Z pu is equal to Z actual divided by Z base. So Z actual value is 0.05 plus j 0.1 divided by Z actual value that calculators 0.8. So substitute that 0.8 in the denominator, then we will get the final answer as Z per unit for feeder is equal to 0.06225 plus j 0.125 per unit. It is in form of rectangle. Don't bother about that. Okay. So per unit impedance of a feeder value will be 0.0625 plus j 0.125 per unit. Then we have to calculate per unit of impedance of a load. So for calculating per unit impedance of a load, the given value is P equal to 50 kilowatt and power factor cos pi is equal to 0.8. So we have to calculate pi value. So for calculating pi, the cos go on the right hand side, then pi is equal to cos inverse of 0.8. So why we want to find out pi means you have to substitute in the sin pi value. So sin pi is equal to sin into cos inverse of 0.8. Then what is the value? Final value is 0.6. Okay. These are the given data. Reactive power Q is equal to P by cos pi into sin phi. So P value is 50, cos pi value is 0.8, and sin pi value is 0.6. From this, we can calculate reactive power Q is equal to 37.5 kVAR. The reactive unit should be unit of the reactive power is VAR. Don't forget about that. Normal real power we are denoted as kilovolt. Okay, that is watt, kilowatt. Okay, fine. In reactive power, we have to mention the unit as kVAR. That is volt ampere. Okay. Load impedance per phase is that L is equal to, that is we know that normally resistance is nothing but voltage by current, while sustaining that current in form of voltage means, in form of power means, then it becomes voltage square divided by power. That is substituted in this equation. That is ZL is equal to VL the whole square divided by P minus JQ. P minus JQ is nothing but real power minus reactive power. Okay. Now we know the value. VL is 400 volt. That is 400 square divided by P value is 50 minus J 37.5. That is calculated in the above equation into that is into 10 power 3 because it is denoted by K. Okay. Here P. Okay. After substituting this. Substituting the value in this equation, we get a final answer as 2.05 plus j 1.54 ohm per phase. Okay, you use calculator and solve this value. You get a final value as that is load impedance as 2.05 plus j 1.54 ohm. Per unit value of a load, ZPU is nothing but ZL by Z base. ZL value we have calculated. Substitute this value in this equation, and finally we will get the answer as 2.05 plus j 1.54 divided by 0.8. So finally, Z per unit, that is another impedance per unit per unit value of a load is equal to 2.5 2.5625 plus j 1.925 per unit. Next problem. If base MVA is 50, base kilovolt is 22 kV, find the base current. We have not in this problem they given the base MVA, base voltage. We have to calculate base current IV for single phase as well as three phase. For single phase, we know the formula IB is equal to MVA into 1000 divided by KVB. So MVA value is 50 and KVB value is 22. This is given in the problem, and it should be multiplied with 1000. Then what is the value of IB is? IB is equal to 22.7. That is 2272.22 ampere. And for three phase, we have to multiply with root 3. in the denominator. That's all. It is the difference between single phase and three phase. I said already. So base current IB is equal to MVAB into 1000 divided by root 3 kVB. And substitute the MVA value, that is 50 into 1000 divided by root 3 into 22. The final answer is IB equal to 1312.159 ampere. So from this we can calculate base current of single phase as well as three phase system. Next, a generator is rated 500 MVA, 22 kV. It is star connector winding having a reactance of 1.1 per unit. Find the ohm value of the reactance of winding. Okay, we have to find out the ohm value of the reactance of the winding ohm value. Okay, that is X. So the given data is MVA equal to 500 MVA, MVAB is equal to 22 kV. From this we have to calculate base value, that is ZB is equal to kVB square divided by MVA. kVB is 22, so 22 square divided by MVA value is 500. So substitute in the equation, and finally we will get a ZB value as 0.968 ohm. Per unit reactance formula is XPU is equal to X actual divided by X base. I said already, impedance is denoted by Z, whereas reactance is denoted by X. Here they ask about the reactance. So XPU is equal to X actual divided by X base. So X per unit is equal to 1.1 is equal to X actual divided by X base value is 0.968. So from this we can calculate X actual. X actual is nothing but X ohm that we want to calculate. So X ohm is equal to 1.1 into 0.968. So final answer is 1.0648 ohm. Next, the new base value are here we are going to see about the new base value. The new base value are 100 MVA, 20 kV. Then find out the per unit value of the reactance of generator winding on the specific base. Okay, we have to calculate specific base value. Okay. Okay, the first of all you write the given data, that's kVB new is equal to 20 kV. kVB volt value is 22 kV. It's given in the previous sum. Okay, that is here. This it's a continuous of previous sum. So 500 MVA is a volt value, and kVB is also a volt value. So we have to take this as kVB volt equal to 22 kV, and the MVAB new is equal to 100 is given in the problem, and kVB volt is 500 is given in the previous sum question. Okay, it's a continuation of previous sum. Okay, right. So from this we have to calculate a new reactance value. So new reactance value is a new impedance value. Sorry, so impedance or reactance anyway. Reactance value, that is XPU new is equal to XPU volt into kVB volt divided by kVB new the whole square into MVAB new divided by MVAB volt. Substitute the value in this formula. So kVB volt is replaced by 1.1. Last unit, last problem we have find out the value of KPU, that is 1.1. That's that value substitute in this area, that is 1.1 into kVB volt value is 22 and the kVB new value is 20 the whole square into MVAB new value is 100 and MVA volt value is 500. Finally we will get a final answer as XPU new is equal to 0.2662 per unit. It's a continuation of previous sum. Okay. Next sum. A generator has a reactance of J.2 per unit under the base voltage of 13 kilovolt and base MVA of 10. Find the new per unit value of the generator with respect to the base value of 11 kilovolt and 15 MVA. So given data, XPU volt is equal to J.2 is given here. kVB new is equal to 11. It's also given. kVB volt is equal to 13. MVAB new is equal to 15 megavolt ampere. MVA volt is equal to 10 megavolt ampere. Here they given all the new value and volt value. We have to calculate the per unit value, per unit reactance of a new value. Okay, so XPU new is equal to XPU volt. We know the formula. XPU volt into KVB volt divided by KVB new the whole square into MVA new divided by MVA volt. There, the power and the voltage should be interchange. That is reciprocal. Okay. So just substitute the value in this formula. Then we'll, that is K XPU volt value is J0.2 into KVB volt is 13, KVB new is 11, then 13 divided by 11 the whole square into MVA new value is 15, MVA volt value is 10, so 15 divided by 10. Finally, substitute this value, calculate this value. The final answer is X per unit new is equal to J0.419 per unit. Okay. So this is a very, very important question. Just to follow the paddings. Okay. Draw the reactance diagram of a sample power system given below. Here where they given a single line diagram with all the values for all the elements. Okay. Choose the base. Choose a base kVA of 12 kilovolt and base MVA of 10 megawatt ampere on the generator side. We have to consider base MVA as 10 and base kVA as 12. Okay. So totally we have to split into various sessions. Okay. Fine. For we know MVA base new is equal to 10 MVA. It should be maintained constant throughout the session. Okay. Okay, consider first session one, that is generator side. So generator side KVB new value will be 12 kilovolt. That is given in here. That is for a generator. The given new value of voltage is 12 kV. Okay. So for session two, from the relation, we know the what is session 2 is nothing but it's a transformer. Okay, so we know the relation that KVB on HT side of a transformer. So we have to think about that formula, that is KVB on HT side of the T1 divided by KVB on LT side of the T1 is equal to voltage rating on HT side divided by voltage rating on the LT side. So we have to calculate KV on the HT side of the T1. So denominator should be gone on the right hand side. So then the final equation becomes KVB on HT side of the T1 is equal to voltage rating on the HT side divided by voltage rating on the LT side into KVB on LT side of the T1. So we know the value of voltage rating of HT is 128 divided by voltage rating of LT is 11K. It's all given in the problem into kilo KVB on LT side of the T1 is a new value, that is 12. So just substitute this value and calculate this value. We will get a final answer as 139.636. That is approximately equal to 140 kilovolt. Okay, this is a new value of a kilovolt KVB. Okay, next we go for session 3. So session 3 is nothing but another side of a transformer. Okay, so KVB be on HT side of the transformer 2 is a transformer 1. So we have to go for a transformer 2. Okay, so the same formula is applying here in form of transformer 2. Okay, KVB on LT side of transformer 2 is equal to voltage rating on the transformer divided by voltage rating on the HT side, LT side and LT side into KVB on HT side of T2. Okay, just substitute the value, that is 12 divided by 128 into 140. It's everything given the, that is 140 is come get from the session 2 and remaining thing is in the given in the question itself. Okay, so after substituting or after calculating this value, we will get as 13.125 kilovolt. Okay, so from session 1 KVB new value is 12 kilovolt, session 2 KVB new value is 140 kilovolt, and session 3 the KVB new value is 13.125 kilovolt. Okay, for now go by individual sessions. Okay, for session 2 from the relation we for generator XPU new is equal to XPU volt into KVB volt divided by KVB new the whole square into MVAB new divided by MVAB volt. That is equal to J0.2 into 11 divided by 12 the whole square into 10 divided by 3. So this everything we have calculated previously. So just substitute this value, and finally we will get x pu new is equal to j 0.56 pu. For transformer, we have to use this formula for all the system. For next, we have to calculate transformer. X pu new is equal to x pu volt into kVb volt divided by kVb new the whole square into MVB new divided by MVB the volt. So here x pu volt value is j 0.1. It's comes from the transformer side, and kVb volt value is 11 divided by kVb new value is 12 into MVB new is 10 divided by MVB old for transformer is 5. Okay, that is with refer to the LT side. LT side transformer is 5. Just solve this equation, you will get XPU new is equal to J 0.168 per unit. If you refer to HT side, means you have to change this value. That is a kVb volt and kVb new value have to be changed. But answer is same for LT side as well as in HT side. Okay, in case of transformer only. Okay, then for transmission line, XPU is equal to X actual divided by X base. Okay, X base value, we know that X base is nothing is equal to kVb square divided by MVAB. Okay, that is equal to 140 square divided by 10. So finally, X base value is 1960 ohm. Substitute this value in this base. Finally, we get XPU is equal to J100 divided by 1960. XPU is equal to J 0.051 per unit is the final answer for transformer line. Then we see about secondary transformer. Okay, fine. For transformer, second transformer, XPU new is equal to, we know the formula. That is, I don't want to repeat again and again. Just we have to substitute XPU volt of a transformer value, that is J 0.15, and kVb volt value is 128 divided by kVb new value is 140, the whole square into MEA value is 10 and MEA base value volt is 10. So after substituting this all value, after calculating this all value, we get a final answer as J 0.125 per unit. And for motor, XPU new, that is it is a last element of a single line diagram of a power system. In a motor side, that is XPU is equal to same formula we have to use it. This same formula we have to use it. That is XPU volt into XPU volt divided by XPU new, the whole square into MEAB new divided by MVAB volt. So same value have to be substitute here. That is KPU volt value is J 0.1 into KVB volt value is 11. KVB new value is 13.125. It should be squared, and MVAB new value is 10. MVAB volt value is 15. Just to solve this value, then we will get XPU new value equal to J 0.6146 per unit. After finding all the elements like a generator, transformer 1, transmission line, transformer 2, and motor, we have to draw the reactance diagram. For each reactance diagram, in generator side, it consists of a source with a reactance. For a transformer, it consists of only the reactance, and transmission line, it also consists of only reactance. And second, another one transformer, it consists of only one reactance. And in motor side, it consists of one source and one reactance. So all the reactance value we have find out here. Totally, we have found out 5 reactance value. That value should be represented in the reaction diagram. And from this, we can conclude that conclude the reaction diagram. Okay. So I hope you can understand something about the power unit quantity. So remaining things will be seen on next session. Thank you for watching this. Thank you.